Good morning, everyone. Myself, Saurabh Maheshwari, and I welcome you all to the ongoing lecture series on C programming. And in this video, we will see the new topic, that is pointers in C. Okay, so let us first understand what is the concept of addressing and how the concept of addressing is used by pointers for various purposes. So, till now, we know that writing this declaration of any integer allocates a random memory to this integer a, and the memory has an address, or we can say base address. And if suppose 2 bytes are required for this integer, then the 2 bytes, that is 1000 and 1001 addresses of the byte. Okay, I'm taking these as addressing. Okay, so address is these two addresses of bytes are stored for this, are reserved for this particular variable a in the memory. And when we assign a value to the particular variable a, suppose we give value is a equals to 5, then this 5 is stored in this particular variable. And instead of this 5, since there are 2 bytes of space available, so as we saw, the conversion of 5 into 10, 5 of the 10 base would be done into corresponding binary in 16 bits. Fine. Why 16 bits? Because the integer takes 2 bytes, so 16 bits conversion will be there, and these 16 bits would be actually stored in the place of this storage. Okay, so this is how addressing a variable is given some address, and how what is the concept of addressing. Now suppose you want to scanf, while we using scanf. So in scanf, what we do is to take the value of a, we use this operator, that is address of operator. This is called address of operator, right? And so this operator denotes address of any variable. Okay, so if I want to print the address of variable, so I will use unsigned integer, and I can easily print ampersand a. So in this way we can print, and definitely in this example it would print 1000. Okay, so is it understood that value of ampersand a to be ampersand a to be 1000, while if you want to print value of a, then you will write, okay, if you want to print value of a, then you will use percent d, and you will directly use symbol a, and definitely it will print 5. So first of all, we have to understand difference between these two notations. So this notation is address of a, and this notation is value of a. Okay, so these two important notations are to be remembered, and this is the concept of addressing. Okay, for addressing of arrays, the array starts from a base address, and depending on the content of the array, if it is an integer array and the name is a, so a base address starts from 1000, and each of the element will take the required byte. So 1000 and 1001 will be there, and 1000, the next element will start from 1002, then 4, then 6, and then so on. Okay, so this is the way addressing of array takes place. So this was the revision of the concept of addressing. Now there comes a new concept, an important concept in the form of pointers for particular C programming. Okay, so pointers are the variables. Okay, these are variables. Okay, so instead of storing, what we have seen till now, that all the variables store some values. Okay, so pointers are also values. Okay, pointers are also variables. So pointers are variables, I may write their definition also. Pointers are those variables which store which store addresses of other variables of same data type. Now suppose we had an suppose we have a variable a whose address is 1000 and the value is 5. The pointer would be a variable. Okay, since it is a variable, it would have a memory allocated with it, right? So suppose I take p to be a pointer. So p is a variable, it would also have its own address. Okay, and at this address the value would be, if p needs to point to 1000, if p needs to point to this variable a, so what it will do, it will store the address of a in it. Okay, so see it very carefully that a is a normal variable or a is a integer variable. Since it stores value in the integer form, right? Here this 1000 is not integer, this 1000 is the address. All the addresses are generally in the hexadecimal format. Okay, and so here we can see that we are taking an imaginary hexadecimal value to be 1000. So if p needs to point to a, okay, p point to a, it means p stores address of a. Okay, p points to a, this line means p stores address of a. So what is address of a? This is address of a and it is stored by p. So the value of p, if we want value of p, so if you want to print this, then you have to use definitely, because p will give you an address. Okay, so an address are printed with the help of unsigned operator. So percent u will be used and here you will get printed as 1000, which was done at like this. Okay, so this is a concept of pointer, that pointers are those variables. This is also a variable of the same data type. Okay, variables are those variables and specifically of a type okay, of a type. And which type? Which stores addresses of other variables of same data type. Okay, so pointers will not be storing the actual values, they will be uh, storing the values of another variables of same data type, right? So let us explore the concept of pointers again. And then if I take a variable a and I also initialize as 5, and I am representing what is happening here in memory also. The name is A, the address I may take it as 1000, and the value became 5000 H. Why I have written H? H is simply meaning hexadecimal. Okay, and the another representation can be, instead of writing H, you can write 0x. Okay, so this is the hexadecimal representation of any digit sequence. Okay, now creating a pointer, how to declare a pointer is simply because both has to be of the same data type, so it will be also of the basic data type, that is integer. And instead of writing a normal variable, it has uh, a asterisk before the name of variable. Okay, so this asterisk is termed as pointer symbol. Okay, pointer symbol. Fine, this integer pointer p, how we are going to read it, it is integer pointer p. And if you want to initialize it also, so you can write integer pointer p equals to ampersand a. Now let us first understand this particular statement. So asterisk means pointer symbol. P is nothing but name of pointer variable. Okay, it will follow all the rules of declaring variable. Okay, now this is called address of operator. Address of operator, right? It denotes the address, and this is a variable. Okay, normal variable, right? I can write bracket as a normal variable. Okay, now what does it mean that you integer pointer p? Okay, writing only this integer pointer p creates a value or variable as p, whose name is p, and it also has some address. Suppose I take it to be 2000, and writing pointer p, it means it is a pointer variable and it will only store some addresses, not some values. Okay, so you cannot write like this. Okay, you cannot write like p equals to 5. This statement is not possible. Like suppose 5 is an integer, so you cannot directly assign any value or even an address in the form of uh, integer in the pointer variable. Okay, now so how to assign it? To assign it, we will use the assignment operator, but to assign it, you have to write address of a. Okay, so instead of p equals to a, this is not a correct method to do, but p is equals to address of a. So what is a? A is this, address of a is this, so value of p will become address of a. So this address of a will go here. Okay, and as soon as this stores, p starts pointing to a. So this is what is interpreted by a pointer variable, that p starts pointing to a, and this is the correct notation for particular assignment of pointer to a address. Okay, now there may be a confusion in these two statements, right? This was a declaration as well as initialization step, and this was a normal processing or assignment step. Okay, here you will see that I used integer pointer p equals to ampersand a, and here it was p equals to ampersand a. So you have to remember one thing, like arrays, in other than declaration of this, other than declaration of a pointer variable. Okay, this address cannot be assigned directly to pointer p. Okay, since it was a declaration statement, so we used pointer p equals to ampersand a. If you are not using any initialization step in the declaration, then in the if you are taking directly like this only integer pointer p, so here you did declaration only, so you have to write for assignment p equals to pointer a. Pointer p equals to ampersand a is not correct. This is right. Okay, why it is right? Because this was only declaration step and their initialization was done. So in initialization, this is permissible to assign the address directly to the pointer variable. Okay, but if you want to do it in the sequential steps, then you have to use p equals to ampersand a, not pointer p equals to ampersand a. Now let us understand why. Okay, now we need to understand what do you mean by writing pointer p. Okay, pointer p in uh, or pointer p after declaration, right? Other than the declaration step, other than the declaration statement, anywhere if pointer p is used, it represents value at address in p. It means if you want to p print value of pointer p, you can see here I have used percent %d. Okay, now using percent %d means it would print an integer. Okay, so we will how we will going to read this. We will read this like this: value at address in P. And if you want to resolve this statement, then you will first read this. You will first read this address in P. First address in P. What is address in P? This is P, and what is address in P is 1000. Okay, so 1000. So how it would change? It would change as value at 1000. Okay, now what is value at 1000? This is 1000, and what is value at 1000 is this 5. So this will get resolved as 5. Now this 5 will be printed as an integer, because actually this is an integer. That is why we took here %d only, and the output of this statement would be 5. Okay, so this is how it performs. Let us understand it more. What is the concept of printing of an pointer value, or how to access the value through pointers. Fine. So let me take one more example of an integer. Suppose I take integer a equals to 6. I have declared and initialized it. Now I will take a pointer p, and I will also take a pointer q. Okay. Now understand it clearly that I want to assign address of P. I would make a memory diagram also here. So writing this will give you A. Suppose it has address 1000. Now I have a, uh pointer P, and I also have a pointer Q. Okay, now Q might be stored at 3000, it might have stored at 2000. These are the random memory allocated to it. But carefully watch that P and Q are pointer variables because they have asterisk before them. Okay, and A is a normal variable. Fine. Now to value assign address of A to P, you have to write this statement: P equals to ampersand A. As soon as you write it, ampersand A is this, right? This is ampersand A. So ampersand A will be copied in this, and as soon as this happens, the P starts pointing to A. Now this link is created. Okay, this pointing assignment, this pointer is created. Pointer is nothing but a banner. Okay, it is a banner. Like suppose this banner is placed on the gate, and it has that I know I am pointing towards a particular address. So one pointer can point to a one address at a time, right? So P starts pointing to A. Now anywhere you can also see that value of A is 6. Okay, so if we do this, if we print value of if we print value of pointer P. Okay, I have not printed value of A, but printing value of pointer P would return me 6. Why 6? Because pointer P means value at address in P. So address in P is 1000. Okay, address in P is 1000. You can see here. Okay, and at 1000 the value is 6. Fine. So what would get printed? It would print this 6 in the 6 as the output. Now how to assign a pointer to another pointer? Okay, how to assign a pointer to another pointer? What I said to you, that this is not feasible, right? Pointer P equals to ampersand A. This is a wrong statement, but you can do this. Pointer P equals to 7. Okay, now what it will do? Pointer P equals to 7. Now what I have done, I have changed the value, which value at the address which P points. Okay, value at the address in P. So what is address in P? Address in P is 1000. Okay, and what is the value of 1000 as address is 6. Now I have changed with this statement. This 6 is changed to 7. Okay. So the value of A is also changed, right? So if I want to print now after executing this statement, if I print the value of A, fine. So you will see that without accessing A, actually I have never accessed value of A directly, you can see from the statements, but the value of A will be printed as 7, not 6. Why 6? Because instead of accessing directly, there can be an alternative, right? Like this, A equals to 6, this A equals to 7. This I would have done, right, to change the value of A, to override the value of A. But instead of doing this, okay, what I have done, I have used the pointer variable to access the memory location and change the memory location without accessing the name of actual variable, like this. Fine. So printing the value of A will now give you 7. Okay. Now if I do this, Q equals to P. What I have done, Q equals to P. Now Q equals to P, doing this is simply doing like assigning Q, okay, assigning P to Q, right? So what is value of P? Value of P is this particular address. Now if you want to copy Q, copy the value of P into Q, then this 1000 will be copied in Q also. Okay, and since Q is a pointer variable, so it will start pointing to the, as soon as you do this, now this Q will also start pointing to A. Okay, so this is the concept that you have to see, that multiple pointers can point to a single location, right? This can happen, but this is not correct that one pointer can point to multiple locations. We will explore this concept further also, but here for the sake of understanding, you have to remember that assignment of pointer variables can be done like this, but you can also, and if I change now after this, if I do this pointer Q equals to 11, now can you predict what will be the change? Pointer Q means value at address in Q. So what is address in Q? Okay, you have to resolve first address in Q, and then you have to check value at the address. Okay, now see, writing pointer Q means value at address in Q, which is 1000, and value at 1000 is simply 7 right now, and it needs to be updated as 11. So this 6 and 7 will now get overwritten by a new value, that is 11. And the most important thing, if I would like to print value of all three, right, all three methods, that is accessing the variable directly, accessing it with the help of pointer P, accessing the same location with the help of pointer Q. Now all these three will print a same value, that is 11. Why? Because the value of A has changed to 11. Okay, now value at address in P, which is 1000, and value at 1000 is 11, so it will also print 11. And pointer Q, that is value at address in Q, address in Q is 1000, and the value at there is 11. So all the three percentages will print 11, 11 and 11. So 3 times 11 will be printed on the screen. So this is what all about pointer assignment. We have seen here how to assign, okay, assign address to pointer variable, right? How to assign address to pointer variable. Now this was the method to assign address to a pointer variable. This was the alternative method of assignment or to a pointer variable when you are in the declaration statement. Okay, and this is the method you have to follow when you are not in the declaration statement. Okay, B is assigning value to a location through pointer, right? So this was the statement that we can used as to assign value to a pointer, to a location where the pointer points. So this is our B notation. Okay, so this is our B notation, and C was assigning a pointer to pointer. Okay, assigning a pointer to another pointer, right? Pointer. So this was our third type of assignment that can happen where a address stored in the pointer variable is copied to another pointer variable. So this is what how to do the pointer assignments. So this is up for this particular video. We will see further pointers and explore it more in the next video. Thank you.